Hi and welcome back to Arno TV. I'm your lovable host Arno, coming back to you with another video. So guys, I put up a video yesterday because last night I heard some completely shocking, disturbing and horrifying news. And I sat at home last night by myself thinking about whether I should come on here today and talk about what I'm about to talk about. Because if this rumour that I'm hearing is true, then some serious questions need to be asked of these people, okay? Because what I've heard is disgusting, despicable, okay? And I'm going to start this video before I tell you these rumours that I'm hearing about. I want to show you and remind people, and for anybody who's a new subscriber to this channel who might not have seen this, I want to show Arno TV viewers, I want to remind you about a video that I put up online just over a year ago, okay? So I'm going to lower the music down, and then I'm going to show you a clip of Arno TV and something that we were talking about just over a year ago, okay? And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to tell you about the rumour that I've heard on the internet. And guess what? This rumour, not one mainstream media publication, not one paper, no TV, no national government from UK, Europe, America, Australia, Canada, anywhere in the Western world is published anything about it. They're completely silent. And if this is true, if it is true, as I've said, some serious questions need to be asked of some of these people, okay? So I'm just going to press play and shut up. Now, the people that have watched my videos before as well will know that in recent videos I've said that I often really, worry about what I'm going to wake up to each day because, I read things that I can't quite believe, and, no matter how bad something I've read one day, something shocks me even further the next day. And again, today that's happened. But this time, it's not only shocked me, it's not only made me think, I can't believe I'm watching and reading this, it's actually frightened me, okay? And if this doesn't frighten you, something seriously wrong with you. And if you are okay with what I'm about to talk about and show you, then there's really no hope for you if you're okay with this, okay? Now, what I'm talking about, and there's multiple sources online about this story, okay? There's multiple sources about it, okay? Which I'll show you, okay? And surprise, surprise, there's not a peep, not even a murmur about this in any mainstream media publication in the UK, okay? They are silent on this, okay? And this is unbelievable, okay? And what I'm talking about is in Wednesday of this week in Germany, so just over the water. We've talked about France and Denmark, now we're talking about Germany, okay? They arrested a guy, a doctor, Dr Andreas Noack, at his home address at gunpoint whilst live streaming on his own YouTube channel. And from what I can gather, all this guy's done is spoken out against the government, what they've been doing in Germany with these lockdowns and their approach to the virus. From a medical standpoint, from a medical point of view, he's been speaking out against what they've been doing, okay? And they've passed a draconian law called the Infection Protection Law in Germany that's been brought in under the guise of these lockdowns, and this is what he's been arrested under, okay? At gunpoint for having his own opinion, okay? At gunpoint. Now I want you to think about that. Are you all for doctors who speak out against the government, or anybody that might want to have a difference of opinion of what the government narrative is, to be arrested at gunpoint? Does that sound like a democracy to you? No, it doesn't, does it? It doesn't sound like a democracy. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the internet and I'm going to show you the video as well that went out live on YouTube at the time on Wednesday, and you can make up your own mind, okay? Because if this does not shock you, then there's something wrong with you. And if you don't understand now why I'm telling people to question things, to question what's going on, then, you know, there's no hope for you, okay? So let's just go over to the internet, okay? So let me just get this sorted out for you. So first of all, I'm going to show you the guy's called Andreas Noack, okay? So if you Google search Andreas Noack, his surname spelled N-O-A-C-K, okay? And then you'll see all the sources that are coming up about this arrest at gunpoint in Germany, okay, on Wednesday of this week. And not one of them is the mainstream media. Now, isn't that a surprise, okay? This is a disgrace, an absolute disgrace that in 2020, this type of thing is going on. That if you're a German doctor and you speak out against Angela Merkel, they're going to send the armed police to your house. I mean, this is just unbelievable. This kind of narrative, this is what these people are trying to do. They're trying to silence the population to silence itself. They're trying to make the population silence itself through fear. That if you speak out against anything the government are doing, this kind of thing's going to happen to you. Now, does that sound like a democracy? Okay. Now I'm going to shut up and I'm going to show you this video, which is absolutely shocking. Okay. So I'm going to turn down the music and I'm going to shut up and I'm going to let you watch what happens in 2020 in Germany if you're a doctor and you speak out against what the government's doing, their approach to the virus from a medical standpoint. This is what happens.
Entschuldigung, hier, die Polizei ist gerade da. Die Polizei ist gerade da. Ja.
Look at him. He looks terrified.
Mach mal bitte auf.
This is what happens.
Ja, ich weiß nicht, was los ist.
Das ist doch gerade ein
Ich
schöner...
weiß nicht.
Guck mal, wir haben vorhin über Angst gesprochen.
Moment, hier ist gerade die Polizei, bricht gerade die Tür auf.
Polizei! Ich will die Hände sehen! Auf den Boden, runter, beide! Runter auf den Boden! Geh runter! Geh beide nach oben, stopp mal die Jungs! Den Hund wegziehen, sofort den Hund wegziehen! 2 Personen hier! Am Boden liegen bleiben! Wie sind Ihre Namen? Wie heißen Sie? Wie heißen Sie?
Ich bin Andreas Noack.
Sonst irgendwelche Messer, Waffen, irgendwas einstecken?
Nein.
Computer aus.
So we saw there the shocking arrest last November 2020 of the arrest online on his YouTube channel of Dr Andreas Noack, who was broadcasting when he was arrested at gunpoint, okay? At gunpoint. I want people to think about that, at gunpoint. Now, Dr Andreas Noack, when we reported this story a year ago, you know, it was very unclear what he'd actually been arrested for, because it looked from all the sources that were out there at the time that he'd been arrested under the infection protection law, which there were loads of protests about last November in Germany. He'd been arrested under that law for allegedly helping injured protesters, okay? Now, failing to stop him broadcasting, because obviously this intimidation, which is what it is as far as I can see, to shut this guy down. Well, I'm going to be very careful what I say here, because I can't tell you what he was broadcasting. And the rumours I heard last night, and they're all over the internet, is that a video has been put up, and apparently this video has been taken down by YouTube. It's on an alternative video sharing platform, shall I say. by a lady alleging to be the wife of Dr Andreas Noack. And she has alleged that following Dr Andreas Noack's latest video that he put out a few days ago, that apparently has gone viral, and all I will say about this video, so I'm not breaking any terms and conditions, is he put up some theories around the vaccine. That's all I'm going to say. He's put up some theories, okay? And as a German chemist, he's entitled to theorise about whatever he likes as far as I'm concerned. And I'm not saying whether his theories are true or not, okay? And if they are untrue, then the scientific community is there to debate that in an open and fair way, and it can be proved that his theories are incorrect if that's the case. But what this lady has said is, following this video going viral and being translated into English, that he, Andreas Noack, has been attacked and murdered. Murdered! I want people to think about this. Allegedly, Dr Andreas Noack has been murdered. Now, it's very, very unclear from this video what's actually happened to him. Has he been beaten to death? Has he been stabbed, shot? I don't know. But this lady is alleging to be his wife and is alleging that he has been murdered. Now, the original articles that I was quoting in the video that I had put out a year ago about him, some of them seem to have disappeared. This one's still there about that arrest at gunpoint, on his YouTube channel a year ago, and so is this. But all the videos seem to have disappeared now online. And in his latest video, where he was discussing his theories, that's all I'm going to say. He's been very, very, very critical of that tyrant Schallenberg over in Austria, who decided not only to lock down the unvaccinated population, but to force vaccinations on people from next year. Okay? He's been very critical of Schallenberg, and he's also been very critical of this guy, Dr Thomas Seekers, okay? Who's the equivalent of Chris Whitty or Valence in Austria, okay? This is who this guy is. Now, if this rumour is true, first of all, there's some serious questions that need to be asked here about what the hell has gone on. Why this guy has been murdered, who has done it, what the motives were of these people, and the German government, Merkel and Scholz, and the Austrian government, Schallenberg and Seekers, need to come out and start making some comments about what's gone on and what's happened to Andreas Noack, okay? Because if this rumour is true, these people need to answer some questions about what's gone on, okay? Because we cannot be living in a society where if someone speaks out against the government, they're first intimidated and have the police sent round to their house and kick their door in and arrest them at gunpoint, and then they turn up murdered when they don't stop putting out videos. Is this where we are at? Because if this is where we're at, then I despair, and I'm disgusted if that is where we are at. And I'm not saying that that is where we're at, but people in the German and Austrian government need to come out and start talking about what has happened to Andreas Noah, okay? Because this is unbelievable if this guy's been murdered. And our despicable press, while they've been promoting the idea of restrictions on unvaccinated people in the UK, like the Express vaccine poll, should those who haven't had COVID jabs face restrictions, which was an article that they've put out on the 26th of November, yeah? And who they're quoting in this article? Oh, that's right. Dr Thomas Seekers, the head of the Austrian medical chamber, said, "We know that vaccination is the only way to decrease the numbers of infections. We know this from other countries. We hope that the lockdown for unvaccinated Austrians will be enough to decrease the number of infections, but experts are not sure about that. Maybe we'll need additional measures to reach the goal. I wonder what additional type of measures this guy's talking about, eh? The measures have been met with public outrage by those who believe the lockdown isn't constitutional and qualifies as a breach of human rights. Well, what a surprise that this has been met with absolute condemnation from the Austrian public. These people have a lot to answer for, as I've told you. And I want someone out there to confirm if this rumour that is flying around the internet about Dr Andreas Noack is true. And if it is true, if this rumour is true, I want to see the media explaining who has done this, what the motivations are, and I want to see commentary from the Austrian government and the German government about this. Because this man, whether you agree with him or not, and that's not for me to say whether he's right or wrong, that's for people to make up their own minds whether his theories are right or wrong. But the fact of the matter is, this guy has been highly critical of the German government and the Austrian government, and the rumour is that this guy now has turned up murdered after his latest video's gone out and gone viral. Okay? This is where we are at on the 4th of December 2021. So if you're happy out there with this, if you are comfortable that if this rumour is true and you are comfortable with the idea of a German doctor who speaks out against the establishment in Austria and Germany and what they're doing and what they're up to is suddenly found murdered, if you're comfortable with that, then I'm telling you right now, there's no hope for you. None. You're beyond saving. Okay? And that is where we're at. So if you've enjoyed this video and you want to see more, then please like and subscribe to this channel. And once you do, ring the notification bell so I can inform you guys out there about future videos that I'm going to be putting out about all these people, what they're up to, what the agendas they're pushing, and who they're working with. Because if we're going to be living in a world now where we have to worry if we speak out against what the government's doing that we're going to end up being found murdered somewhere, well, if that happens to me, well, we know where to look, don't we? We know exactly where to look. Schwab and all his acolytes over at the West, and the government's pushing his agenda, okay? That is where we'll look, okay? So let's not be intimidated by these people, because if this is true, I am absolutely disgusted, and this is where we're at in the world. And if this doesn't wake people up, then I don't know what will. Because I am not going to stay silent while these people do this, rip up democracy, destroy our lives, and dictate what we can and can't do. Okay? This has got to stop, and these people have to answer some serious questions.